Okay, so I carried through and I pretty much finished this one design by tracing out that shape along the 8 points. And then I filled in my positive space. For some people, it might be easier to fill in the negative space, but you do need to separate your positive and negative space in some way because, especially because when you get more involved with templates, all those lines can be confusing. So kind of give yourself a little shading. Now, the last detail, you could pretty much go to layout ready with this because you have kind of a true shape and it's all repeated very nicely. But a lot of times when we are working with overlapping shapes, you will see that kind of the overlap point, let's say right here, and right here, this is positive space. You see how it's very small right there? That's not enough to actually connect in metal, right? It's so tiny. So what I would suggest is that you just kind of hand edit. Maybe millimeter, 2 millimeters. It doesn't have to be much, but that is plenty of space to make a good connection, you know? So I've done that on most of my points here. I was leaving a little to show you, okay? So that I do not, when it comes to the cutting, you don't want to overcut, but you just need a little bit of space. Or if you're clever, when you, let's say, lay out like here with my border circle, I overlapped that shape just a little bit. Okay. To finish this one out, just like we did with our experimenting with those shapes that we put together, we 3D'd the metal plane by kind of giving that second edge showing. Now, it doesn't go everywhere, remember. You kind of make that side tick mark and then you follow that around, right? And then on one side it'll start to disappear and then you would see this side kind of pick up and you would see the inside lip of that. So if you can kind of project that in, then that is a presentable jewelry illustration. I mean, that falls into the jewelry illustration nice realm, okay? So I'm going to have you do one of radial from a center point using one of your templates. And then we're going to do one more doing overlapping following a circle. So here I took a little more complicated template and I lined it up to my points of how my shape is, where my shape is divided. My layout is divided. And I traced that out. But I made a little mark. You see here on my circle axis line? My little tick mark there and a point there so that when I came to my next shape, I was able to line it up in the same place. So I traced this all the way around, putting it on my division mark and lining it up to the circle. Division mark, and it kind of plays out all the way around. Once you get that laid out, then you're going to need to clean up your overlaps. So that said, okay, so if this was coming over on top, we would want to knock that down. Sometimes I let it kind of still show through so that you can kind of get, that's kind of part of the orthographic view, is seeing how things overlap each other. But you kind of knock down, kind of give it so that you can see what the final shapes will look like. All right, so this one's overlapping here. Oops, this one's overlapping here. This one is overlapping there. Yep, and overlapping there. Okay, and so forth. And so it goes around. Now, if I'm really carrying this through, which I would like to see, give it the old 3D look. Kind of follow that. Give yourself that bump out of the line. Follow that edge around. Here I see a little bit of the lower plane there. Let me give that a little bit there. Here we see it, and then we don't see it here because it comes around the corner. Using that drawing from the wrist will really help you follow that line nice and smooth so it's not all jaggy. There's my tick, there's my tick. Don't see it there. Oh, I see it there though. So you're going to give it the 3D bump. Make it look like it's a three-dimensional plane. Get rid of your unnecessary lines. You can get rid of your radial lines. So you can see it all pretty. Oh, there it is. It's coming out. Getting rid of it. And so that is the plan. This one's not finished, but I will finish it out and I will show you, I will have it posted into the assignment so you can see what a finished one looks like. Okay, these are two great exercises. That would be a beautiful brooch. Your grandma probably has some brooch kind of with that layout in there. Very classic. All right, thanks. Have fun with this.